Alright. The name is Dale, doing a new album review for Ras Kass, Soul on Ice 2. This review is done on behalf of Audio Liquor Magazine. Ras Kass, Razzie Kazzy, the waterproof MC. He's been in the music business for like 25 years now. His first album, I believe, dropped in 1996, which was called Soul on Ice. So now in 2019, we have Soul on Ice 2. And Ras Kass, his music career has been derailed by 2 different prison stays. And also he had a long-going feud with his former record company, Capitol Records. And it got so ugly that they shelved 2 of his complete albums, which would have been his 3rd and 4th album. Which was one was called Van Gogh and the other was called Golden Child. They didn't even release them. They didn't even put them out. So he has made songs in the past, several songs in the past, really going at Capitol Records, really throwing them under the bus. And if we was doing, put it like this, just based on lyrics alone, Ras Kass would be in my top 5 rappers / MCs of all time. Just based on lyrics. Not in general. He wouldn't be in my top 5 in general. And the reason why he wouldn't be in my top 5 in general as an overall artist is due to his production. His production has been very hit or miss. You know, folks have said Nas is one of the worst beat pickers. I think Ras Kass suffers from that. I never agreed with the Nas thing, but with Ras Kass, he sort of had that same identity where his production doesn't meet his lyrical, how strong he is lyrically. And he's never made a classic album to me. I would say probably in some circles, his first album, Soul on Ice, is considered a cult classic. But I never thought it was a classic, and that's mostly due to the production. And he would definitely be in my top 50 list of greatest MCs or rappers of all time in general. Somewhere in that top 50. And when people make these lists, they tend to forget about him. They tend to forget about Pharoah Monch, Joel Ortiz, Fonte, Master Ace, and especially Ras Kass. If you know your hip hop and you've been listening to it for years now, since the 90s, them guys should definitely be somewhere in your top 50. Especially Ras Kass. But people tend to forget about him. So I'm going to get into the review of his album Soul on Ice 2. And this album might be his best album. It's definitely one of his best albums, no question about it. But it might be his best one, which is crazy for someone who's been out since the 90s to drop maybe his best album in 2019. So I'm going to go through the highlight tracks. I'm not going to go into too much detail with every song. It was like 2 songs that I'm not sure about, that I can't totally buy into, but for the most of the album I love. Let's put it like that. So the first track I'm going to talk about is Silver Anniversary. It starts the album off. Great way to start the album off. It's produced by Twiz, the Beat Pro. It starts off with a speech at the beginning. And then I love the beat when the beat kicks in. It has a strong beat. Love the singing sample that's used on the hook. It kind of drives the track and makes the song what it is. Ras, he goes in, with the rhymes. That's what he's known for. Then you got another track called Grammy Speech, produced by the legendary Diamond D. Sounds like a classic Diamond D beat. Ras comes with the sarcastic raps. He's going that shit he doesn't like or feel about the music business. Another good song. Then you got another track called Fly, which is spelled capital F dot, capital L dot, capital Y dot. And that stands for Fuck Last Year. Produced by DJ Green Lantern. Braggadocious battle raps, clever lines. Then you got another track called Street Superstar, produced by the Justice League, which I was very shocked that he got some production from them. It's a very laid back, nice track. Singing on the hook. Could get radio play, but probably never will, unfortunately. You know, Raz is on some player shit. You know, he's bragging about being somewhat of a ladies' man in a sense. And then you got another track called White Power, which is one of the strongest songs on the album. It's featuring Mortal Technique. He's just on the hook. He's not rapping. And Raz does a great job of breaking down the roots of white power and white supremacy and racism. That's one of Ras Kass' strong points when it comes to content. He's very good at breaking down like ideologies and ways of life and cause and effect and history of certain philosophies and theories and ways of living. He's very good at that, and he displays this very well in this song. This song is very appropriate for this Trump era that we live in. Good song, good song. And then you got another track called Shark Week. Raz is doing something different with his flow as far as the bar structure. The beat is odd, but it's odd for a purpose. And that's due to the flow display that he's putting on in this song. It has cuts on the hook. Raz is like, you get a bar and you get a bar. Clever, different song. I like it. I dig it. Then you got another track called The Long Way featuring Everlast. Yes, Everlast, formerly from House of Pain. He's rapping on this joint, which was refreshing because Everlast recently is known for like doing the rock / folk singing, but he's rapping. He gets busy. This track is produced by a guy named P.A. Dre Beats. Not familiar with that, but it has a jazz sound to it. Love the horns. Raz kills it. Really dig the hook. Nice catchy hook. You got another track called Guns N' Roses featuring Styles P and Lil Fame from M.O.P. Lil Fame is just doing a hook. Styles gets busy. It has rock guitars, hard body, hip hop fused with rock and roll. Strong song. Nice street song. You got another track called LL Cool J featuring Snoop Dogg, produced by Felon Music. I dig the way they use a Rick James sample singing on the hook. Well, not necessarily on the hook, but like kind of periodically through the song, through the track. Love and leave them. Could get radio play, probably won't, which is a shame. Love the hook, it's a very catchy hook. Got singing on the hook, besides the Rick James sample. Good song. Then he got another track called Trap Music, which is basically like two songs that's combined to be one track. The first part of this song is produced by a guy named Chuck James. And then you got another second part of the song that's produced by this guy named Nathan Brash, I believe that's his name. Now, the first part of Trap Music is like a soulful boom bap beat. It's like trapping to the oldies. And then the second part kicks in with a whole different beat, whole different feel to it. It's more of a traditional trap sound, trap beat, your typical trap hook to it, you know, with the effects on the hook and, you know, harmonizing that type of shit. Raz kills it again. He's kind of making fun of trap rappers in a sense. And it's kind of refreshing to hear some strong lyrics over trap beat. I dig it. And you got another track called Can You Feel It, produced by the legendary Pete Rock. Punchline, bars, head nod music, nice hook. And you got another track called The Opioid Crisis. Excuse me for that. Produced by Chuck James. Ras Kass does a great job again breaking down how the country and the government treats the opioid crisis very different than they treated the crack era. He really does a great job of breaking down the so-called war on drugs dig it. One of the strongest songs on the album. I would say this track in White Power, really put on display why he should be in everybody's top 50 list. Those two songs alone can kill a lot of shit lyrically that's out here. Then he has another track. This was like a hidden track. It's called Ghost. It's a banger as well. Really like the song. And he had like two songs that I'm not really too sure about. One track was called Midnight Sun, which is featuring CeeLo Green. You know, he's singing on a hook. I really dig the lyrics, the content, what Ras is saying. I even love the beat. It has like a funkadelic sound to it, some classic West Coast shit. But when CeeLo sings, it's another female that comes after him, and I really wasn't feeling the female singing that comes in. It kind of threw me off. I can't totally buy into the song, if that make any sense, due to the hook and due to the singing on the track. And then there was another song that I can't recall the title of it. It had very strong lyrics from Ras. He kills it like the first two verses. Then he has a feature come in. I don't know the guy's name, but he's not whack, he's not bad, but I just felt he didn't fit. I felt like I was really into it, and soon as he comes in with his third verse, it brings the whole song down. So there was two songs that I wasn't sure about, even though I like a lot of elements about those two tracks. But overall, I love this album. I give this album an A-. I really should be giving it an A, but I'm going to give it an A- for now. Get that, support that, download that. I'm done, I'm finished, and there you have it.